Hello there, man, people. My name is Texas, and this is One Armed Robber. It's a game where you rob people. The gimmick is supposedly that you have one arm, but it's not actually all that bad. You'd hopefully be able to follow along with what I'm doing, but I will be using some later game tools just for the sake of convenience. The same as the stuff you start with, but they work a bit faster. The first heist is a jewelry store. So you start by getting your weapons, which you can have at any time, which basically takes away from the one-armedness of this game. Then throw out a lockpick in that duffel bag, and take it over to the back entrance. There's a guy guarding it, but as long as you're fast enough, he won't see you, so not a problem. Pick the lock, but when you open it, he will then see you, so shoot him. He's going to drop a phone, and that phone has to check in at a check-in point within 15 seconds, or the alarms will go off. Now, hide the body in this conveniently placed building where the doors don't really work, but, it's fine, it works. Now grab your duffel bag and head inside. There's a camera, so watch out for that, but unlock the door and move into the next room. From there, you just head through this door and up the stairs. You'll have to pick this lock, but there's nothing to worry about behind it. Head in here and grab the keycard that's on the table, and then pick the lock to the next room. Behind it there's a guard that you'll need to kill, and then take his phone over to the check-in point at the room where you were just in. Now pick the locks to both of the rooms here. Go into security and kill the guy that's there. Once he's dead, the cameras won't be anything to worry about, so you can take his phone downstairs and into this other room where there's another check-in point. Go back upstairs and into the other room. Tie up the guy that's in there, and then steal his keycard and all the money on his desk. Feel free to drop the money off at your truck, and then go back into the room where you checked in the last phone. On the left side of it, there's the utility room, which can be opened using one of the keycards you stole. Turn off the alarm, and then head back into the room you first entered from. Inside of it is the entrance to the vault, which you can open using the vault keycard. Then just pick this last lock, and you'll be able to get into the vault for real. Emptying it might take a couple trips, and a couple bags, but there's also this one watch out here, which is literally just completely unprotected, so don't forget about that. Okay, Liberty Hawk Bank. Get a weapon, and get your screwdriver in a bag. Then go over to this back door and pick the lock. To your right there's a camera, so shoot it. This guard is going to notice that one of the cameras isn't working, so you need to kill him before he notices that something's up. Take his phone over to this check-in point, and then tie up the guys inside this room. There's going to be a problem later. Then hide his body somewhere outside. Head over to this stairwell, which is right next to this check-in point, and go to the second floor. There's a guard that patrols there regularly, so make sure he's gone before you enter. Take the lock to the other room, and then tie up the guy who's inside. Pick up the keycard and put it in your bag, and wait until the guard finishes his patrol route again. Once he's gone, go back to the stairwell and close the door behind you. Go up to the third floor, and then shoot the camera on your left. A security guy will come running, so shoot him too, and then check his phone in at the check-in point across from the stairwell. Head into the first office on the left, and steal this keycard. Hide the body in the stairwell, and then hug the left wall until you reach the security room. Pick the lock, and then kill the guy inside, and check his phone in at the check-in point that's right there. Now go back to the first floor, and head over to the room full of guys you tied up. Near there is the utility room, which you can get into using one of the keycards you stole, and then turn off the alarms inside. Now you can get into the vault, but you should get rid of the guard that's near there first. Check his phone in at the check-in point right next to the stairwell. Now pick the lock to get into the vault, and then open it using the keycard. Now just take everything that's inside of it. Alright, the museum. First things first. Get your weapons, get a duffel bag with a lockpick, and pick the lock to the front door. Now run over to this pillar on your left, and hide behind it until the guard comes towards you and puts his back to you. Then pick the lock to the door. Go in with your stuff and close the door behind you. Then kill the guard that's in the hallway, and check in at the check-in point. Go down the hallway, pick the lock to this room, and grab the keycard from inside. Now go back out the way you came in. If you're quick, no one should be able to see you. Hug the wall to your left until you reach the back door, and pick the lock to it. Going in, be very careful. This is part of a guard's patrol route. If he's there, just wait until he leaves, and then go in. Leave the room and pick the lock to this other door. It leads to a stairwell. Going down, all you'll need is the keycard. You need to get into the utility room to disable the alarm, but there's a camera along the way, so make sure to stay in its blind spot the whole time. Now exit again through the back entrance, making sure that the area is clear of guards. Now you can safely pick the lock to this other room. Once you're in, shoot the camera that's on your left, and then the guy that comes running for it. Now, check his phone in at the room where the back entrance is that the other guard patrols. You're gonna have to be fast between cycles in order to make sure that you can actually do everything in time, but as long as the guard's not there, you'll be alright. Now go to the room that's just across from your latest entrance and pick the lock to it. Kill the guy that's inside and check his phone in at the check-in point that's right there. Now go up the stairs and pick the lock to the barred door. Wait for a guard to come around and then shoot him. Take his phone over to the check-in point where the camera was. Now you're free to rob the art exhibit. There's a bunch of guards outside of it, but you can mostly hide from them, so they're not really a problem. And you can also shoot the glass cases, as the alarms have already been disabled. It might take a couple trips to take everything, but the Mona Lisa is the real thing you're here for. Alright, this is the liquor store. Grab your weapons and a bag with a lockpick. Then, go around to the back entrance and pick the lock to it. Once you're inside, pick the lock to your left and turn off the alarm. Then go upstairs into the security room and kill the guy inside. Check his phone in at the check-in point that's right there. Go back outside to the alleyway and make sure that the guard is gone. Then, flick this weird switch. Now hug the wall to get to this side door, making sure that the guard doesn't see you. Pick the lock, go up the stairs, and grab the wine cellar keycard from this table. Now it's time for the really hard part. Pick the lock to this basement area thing, and then go inside. Tie up all of the people that are inside, and kill the guards too. You'll have to check their phones in, and there's exactly enough check-in points for just them. If anyone gets out, he'll alert the last guard, and then he'll call the alarms. Now use the keycard to get into the wine cellar. You'll have to pick all these locks, but don't open the doors because there's lasers. You can turn some of the lasers off by fiddling with the switches on this panel, but you can only turn one off at a time. Once you've gotten all the stuff from the wine cellar, there's also the stuff that they actually have on display. You can learn to take it. Okay, this is the Orbital Bank. Grab your weapons and a bag with a lockpick and pick the back door open. Now go inside and wait until this guard leaves. He's almost always hiding around the corner. Then you can go to your right, just make sure not to get spotted, and you can dash through all the doors. Now you can pick this lock, kill the guy inside, and check his phone in at the check-in point that's right there. Now you can head over back to where you started, making sure not to get seen by anyone. You can go to this door on your right, and there's a staircase. There are two guards whose patrol routes involve this staircase. The first one will go up to the top floor. You can shoot him on his way up. You can check his phone in at the check-in point at the bottom of the stairwell. There's the other one. You can shoot him too, but you have to check his phone in a bit further away. Just go down this hallway and make sure that the guard who patrols there isn't nearby. You can also decide to hide the bodies on the roof if you want, but they'll only really be a problem if you're as sloppy with this as I am. There's one more guard who might be a problem on the second floor. He patrols all over the place, but the second floor is very exposed, so you should just open the door to it from the stairwell and then wait until he comes nearby. Once he does come by, you can shoot him, but you have to be careful when you're checking in his phone. The people on the first floor can kinda see you, so you have to make sure to stay out of their sight as much as you can. Okay, head into this guy's office and steal the keycard from on top of his vault. He won't notice. Okay, now go into this, office area. Tie this guy up just so he won't be a problem later, and grab the keycard from this desk. Okay, now go back downstairs into the room on the right. Tie up everyone in there, and then open the door to the hallway. On your right is the utility room. Use the blue keycard to get in there and turn off the alarms. Make sure you're not seen by anyone. Okay, now you're actually nearly done. Go back upstairs and to the right. Going through the office, there's another door on the other side, which you can use to get right over to where the vault is. You can literally just shoot the guards here. There's just enough check-in points for all of them, so just be quick with it and make sure they don't spot you. Once all the guards inside the vault area are dead, you can pick one of the locks to get into the vault. Make sure to also bring your bag, because you're going to need that last keycard. Once the locks are picked, use the last keycard on the vault door, and it'll open. In my experience, this room will take 5 trips. You can use 4 of the bags that come in your van, and then there's also just the last bag that's already full of money. Now, the rest of the levels in this game you have to pay for, but when I was going through the achievements, there was something interesting I found. There's an achievement called Pacifist, for doing an entire heist without equipping any weapons. Bring a duffel bag with a lockpick and a drill. Be quick about it so you can pick this lock before this guy turns around. Once the lock is picked, back up and sprint straight through the door. He'll know something happened, but he won't be able to see you, and because he's stupid, he won't investigate anymore. Now make your way to the second floor, as you would normally. Now use your drill, or whatever loud item you have on this door, to make a lot of noise. This is supposed to get the guard who's on the other side of the door to open it for you, but sometimes one will come from downstairs instead. If this happens, just hop the railing while he's going up the stairs. If you're lucky, the guard in the other room will come in and investigate, but he'll open the door that was locked before. Now go inside. First, you're going to want to go into the unlocked room and grab the keycard. You can also leave your bag there. Now pick the lock to the room that the guard stands in, but don't open it. Put the lockpick back in the bag and take out your loud item. Take it over to the first door that you made noise on and do it again, and then sprint back to the room where your bag is. Now quickly, while his back is turned, go into the room where he stands normally with your bag and close the door behind you. Wait for him to open it, and as he does, go with him to the other side of the room so that he never notices you. Now pick the lock into the next room. Don't bother with security because you can't turn off the cameras without killing the guy. The guy inside literally does not care about your presence, so just steal his keycard and get on with your day. Now this is the hard part. Pick up your loud item and use it on the door to the security room without being spotted by the guard. Then go back to your bag. He should go to look at the security room, and then you can sneak out of the room while he's busy. Now go downstairs and make your way to the utility room. Open it with the keycard, and don't worry about cameras, because they can't actually do anything. A guard will come to check on you though, so just make sure you're hidden by the time he gets there. Once he goes away, make your way back to the first room. Use the vault keycard on the keypad. You will get spotted by a camera, but you can just hide. Now, once the guy leaves, bring your things into the vault. As long as you're near the wall, he won't even be able to see you, so you can just pick the lock to actually get in. Now fill your bag. Normally, you'd be free to go at this point, but there's one more thing. Because the guard is still out there, you have to make sure his back is turned when you bring your things back to the truck. It will take multiple trips. So anyway, that's the end of the video. I spent like a month on this video, not just working on it, but like, since I started working on it, it's been a month. It would be cool if you could like subscribe or something, because I have not a ton of subscribers, and I put a lot of work into this. If you don't, I understand though. And, oh no, I just realized that this video needed like some kind of outro, because you can't just end it there. So yeah.